Hello everyone, it's thomasjujube, and the Kamen Rider Gavv trailer has finally dropped at long last, and I have not seen it yet. I know I'm a few days late, but I'm going to go and give my reaction to the trailer right now in a couple seconds, so not right now, I did lie. And then right after, I'm going to go through the trailer and kind of break it down a bit, go over some more of the extra cast information that we've gotten, and maybe give some speculation and talk about everything Gavv since it releases in less than a month, so let's get some last thoughts on it before the actual show starts. Gumi. Just start off with Gumi. I love the henshin. We've seen that already. What the fuck? He just fell out of the plane. Oh, this is the clip we saw, the leaked pictures. What? Okay, that's... This is the theme song that's playing? I love this. A real bike. Oh, here we go. Form changes. Flaming chips. Oh, it's the flaming chip finisher. We've seen that. What is this? Oh, I love the belt voice. I forgot his name. Valen. That was his name. I just forgot his name. Bad guy time. Okay, but you look like humans. A side of my knuckles sandwich. That's so funny. Kamen Rider Saber. Welcome back. A Dawn Brothers location. Oh, all the gummies. Same. What was that little bit at the end? That was a lot of fun, so I'm just gonna watch it one more time and then we'll discuss it in more detail. So I feel like the trailer doesn't give away too much, and I think that's just kind of because Gavv has had a really weird news rollout for the last month or two since the official reveal. Shoma himself as an actor, as a character, was shown off a couple weeks ago with the Gotchard movie, so they actually debuted the actor in the movie, which they haven't done since Forze, I think. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I don't want to say it's underwhelming, because I'm kind of thinking of it like, well, we've seen a lot of this already. Like, usually this is our first time seeing any of this, but now it's not. But I still think there's some interesting... There's actually, like, one really interesting thing they're not bringing attention to, but I will bring attention to it, as I'm sure many people have. So the main character is Shoma, who is being played by Hidekazu Chinen, and as mentioned, he made his debut as Gavv in the summer movie. Or the summer movie for Kamen Rider Gotchard. He had the typical Rider cameo, but he actually henshined in it, which was pretty cool. There are clips of that online. I will not be showing that because it's illegal. He's an alien. That's the whole thing with the belt. They don't really show it off in the trailer, but we have been told that he's an alien in the Gavv belt, which is not called the Gavv driver. It's just henshin belt Gavv. It's like an organ attached to him. So that's why some of the promo pictures, like he zips open this pouch on his jacket, and the belt is just there glued to him because it's a part of him. So I think that's really cool. It is kind of weird that it looks technological, but it's an organ attached to him. You can see, I assume they show a clip of his first henshin, and he looks kind of confused, and he's looking around. So, well, he's not going to be pre-established, I assumed, but it seems like he'll know something about being Gavv, because, like, that's an organ on your stomach. With a big crank. So, like, to an extent, he must know what being a Kamen Rider is, or his powers to be a rider, but maybe he doesn't assume it until episode 1, which is kind of interesting. The gochizos, the little gummies, are apparently, like, made by him, and he's going to, when he uses them in the belt, they die. He kills them, and then, like, he has to keep making more of them. There's one teaser shot they've shown us where there's, like, a ton of gochizo at his feet. And that's kind of cool. Like, I'm really interested in seeing that. It is a little morbid because they're little living candies and he's killing them to transform. But I think having multiples of those little candy gimmicks is really unique, really fun. So I'm really looking forward to some dynamics with that. I look forward to seeing him in the show. I mean, the alien thing is pretty unique, so that's not a typical thing. I'm really excited to see that. His personality just seems like very typical, but the alien thing is going to add an interesting dynamic, I hope. So with the new reveals, we've gotten some of the other characters. So we got the reveal of Kamen Rider Valen, Honto Karakita. I forgot to mention up top, I'm taking these translations from Ranger Board, so thank you to that website for all this stuff. Is played by Yusuke Hino. He is a bold and ambitious freelance writer who follows criminal cases and other happenings, including the Granut, which are the names of the bad guy monsters. After a certain incident, he finds himself thrown into the fight against them. So, first of all, what the fuck is this picture of him? I'm sorry. I've seen this picture a lot. This picture's so fucking funny to me. He's just like he's really hitting that pose, and I love it. It's really funny. I'm really looking forward, well, to a couple things actually. First of all, let me just get the aesthetics thing out of the way. The Valen suit is awesome. I really love this chocolate rider suit. Like, if we're having a food, I guess candy themed season, chocolate Kamen Rider, great stuff. Love that. His gun is weird. I don't like it. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Like, I have nothing interesting to say about this gun. It looks weird. The suit though, like the red, all the chocolate stuff, incredible stuff. Love the white chocolate, like used to break it up and make the eyes. The chocolate wrapper forehead is incredible. Like, if you look at it, the O in chocolate is the rider gem. Like, this is incredible. How do they come up with this stuff every year? And I like that he's very anti-Granut. I think that's an interesting thing, especially since Shoma's not a Granut, but he's an alien. So I wonder, does he know he's an alien? Actually, you know what? The way that he's gonna find out about Granuts, or the fact he's gonna find out about them as a normal human, he kind of seems like a primary rider almost. Like, that's, if you told me, if you flip some things a bit, like maybe he could have been the primary rider, I think that's kind of interesting. We've also gotten Sachika Amane, who is being played by Nozomi Miyabe. She runs the Happy Pare General Store, and she's a cheerful and energetic gal who cares about everyone's happiness. And I don't think she really does anything in the trailer. She's just there. She's just kind of the standard primary girl character, I guess, for now. We don't really have much to go off of right now. Okay, then we get our first look at the villains as well. So they are called the Stomach Family. Because, you know, food. They're led by Rango Stomach, who's being played by Takashi Tsukamoto. He is the eldest son and president of the Stomach confectionery company that dominates the sweets world. He has charisma and strong management skills, leading with a powerful and intimidating presence. I should have mentioned, this is the first time I'm reading these bios, so I didn't know the Stomach Family was a confectionery company that dominates the sweets world. I didn't realize they were a whole, like, established company. I thought they were just aliens coming to Earth. So that's actually really interesting, because that means if Sachika is running this little store, which is cute, and they're all part of it, then their bad guys are a big, evil sweets corporation. So that's kind of a fun dynamic going on there. They're obviously going to be giving people these evil little foods that they eat and turn into granuts, which is weird. So we have quite the villain cast, which is actually something interesting to me. So we also have Grota Stomach, who is being played by Machi Chitose. She's the, once again, these are Ranger Board's words, not mine, the seductive eldest daughter of the Stomach family who oversees their confectionery manufacturing business. She has powerful physical strength and a strong attitude. Twitter has been going crazy over her, and I'm not going to blame anyone for that. Nierve Stomach is being played by Ryo Takizawa, the second son and scheming scientist with a cold attitude in charge of the technological development at Stomach. He looks like Naj Sparrow. And twins Theta Stomach being played by Honoka Kawasaki, and Jeep Stomach being played by Rito Koga. Mischievous telepathic twins of the Stomach company that oversee the procurement of ingredients for sweets. So, yeah, one of our main characters is named Jeep Stomach. And this isn't a weird translation. Like, they show, I mean, maybe it is, but, like, that's what they're translating it as. Like, officially, this is from Toei. It's Jeep Stomach. So, there's a lot of people on online who have been confusing the man as a woman character. And they're like, wow, I love the women of Kamen Rider Gavv. One of those is not a woman, but you are free to love them. I really hope they're like, there's something interesting here, since they all have like different positions in the company. So like maybe, I think it would be cool if Grota summons, she has powerful strength or something, so maybe she summons like a specific kind of Granute versus the twins summoning a different kind of Granute. Like I'm hoping there's some interesting stuff with them summoning villains. Apparently all their names mean tongue in different languages, so technically all of their names are tongue stomach. Okay. It's like a split-second thing in the trailer, but you can see they all have like a monster form, or at least like monster heads, helmets, or something like that. I think that's pretty cool. I hope they get in some action scenes too. I must say that I really, like, the aesthetics of the season have really grown on me. I'm still not going to buy any of the merch initially, in case you haven't seen my gotchard unboxing. First of all, you should go watch that. The belts don't interest me. Like, the belt looks weird to me. The gun is weird to me. I like the gummies as gimmicks, but not enough to start collecting them right now. But I will say the forms look really cool. The Gavv base suit has really grown on me. The other forms look great. Like, I love how unique they are. The gunslinger form for Gavv is probably my favorite, and you can see there's some shots of him in that form with Valen, because they're using two different chocolate gimmicks. So I think that's really cool. I would like to see them swap. I want to know what happens if they swap. The Zaku chip swords is incredible. I've seen a lot of hate for like the thin plastic chip swords, but that's really cool to me. I'm not buying them, so maybe that's why I don't care. But like, as a concept, that's a really fun sword weapon. We've seen the bike in the trailer is this big thing, like a big ATV made out of lollipops, and he'll merge with that to create the lollipop form, which actually, that one might be my favorite once it debuts, because it's a big mech suit, but like a physical mech suit. So that's going to be really cool. I also like, once again, I love the amount of gochizos we're getting, because some of them are going to give forms, like full-on forms. Obviously, we can see other ones will give little attacks. We've obviously seen Punchin' Gummy and Kickin' Gummy was our first look at any Gavv officially. And you can see in the trailer, there's a moment where his swords are on fire, so I assume that's the spicy Zaku chips that we've seen. The aesthetics, I'm not buying it, but they seem really cool. I'm really looking forward to seeing this stuff in action. The action in the trailer is incredible. I love seeing the Gavv and Valen suit in action. I love Valen's like shot punch. We also got the writer, because previously we didn't get the writer, which is kind of like, how will the show go if we don't have a writer? The writer is going to be Junko Komura, who has been a writer for Super Sentai. She wrote Lupin Ranger vs. Paddle Ranger, Zyuohger, and Zenkaiger. I went out of order there, but if you didn't know, Lupat is my least favorite Sentai, but Zenkaiger is my favorite Sentai, and I haven't seen Zyuohger. So, just off of that, her most recent work is my favorite Super Sentai season, so I'm very excited for this. I'm very excited to see her writing for Kamen Rider, because she also hasn't written for Kamen Rider. And it's new blood into Kamen Rider, but it's an established tokusatsu writer. So this is like exactly what I would want. Like a new writer for the franchise, but is very experienced writing with Bandai bullshit, like restrictions or whatever. So I'm hoping she's able to cook something really good. Okay, so the really interesting thing that they're hiding from us is from the first leaks we got of Shoma's name, which have been proven to be true, except for one part where they said his last name was Stomach. They don't tell us his last name in anything. His name is just Shoma in the trailer, in the marketing, all of that. So he's Shoma's Stomach. Like, that seems pretty... Even if you haven't heard the leaks, I'm sorry if I spoiled it, but that seems obvious, right? Like, we have this villain faction defined by their last name, and we have this guy who transforms using an organ attached to his stomach. That's gonna be really, really cool. Like, that's an incredibly interesting writer dynamic, to have the taking powers for evil and using them for good. The evil's your family. So, like, he's not going to be straight up killing these guys, right? Like, he's going to try to redeem them, or there's something interesting that's going to happen with these. So I think that's really cool. Also, it does beg the question, though, not in a bad way, but like, are they aware that he's their lost son or something like that? Because there's no parent here, right? Yeah, eldest son, eldest daughter, second son, twins. So there's no parents. So we'll probably be getting the parents later as larger bosses. I guess Shoma's the youngest son. That just seems like how that would work out. In the trailer too, he says like, oh, this must be my family's power. So they all, I mean, that's where that comes from. So it's literally evil power being used for good. Do they all have gavvus on their stomach? Because I know the monsters you can see have like a stomach teeth design, but those aren't stomachs. Those are like other monsters. They're fitting in that aesthetic, but they're not stomach generals. So I am very excited for Kamen Rider Gavv. So I'm also excited for Kamen Rider Gavv. If you want to hear my thoughts on the show as it comes out, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because I am going to be doing a full episode 1 review, and after that I'll be doing weekly short reviews. I'll review the movies. If you want to see all of that early, make sure you check out my Patreon. It's only $2 and you'll get your name here on screen, plus tons of other exclusive perks. And with that, make sure to Gavv, and I hope to see you next time.